Let them come, let them go through. Right, okay. Ready? My name's Colin Saltmere and I'm from Camwell, right out near 13 k's, the Queensland side of the Northern Territory border. Our country is Indjalajididana, but I also work with Yawara mob from Bloodawik, Harts Range, Pitjara, Ngwala and Alparillalam on the Northern Territory side. So that's where I'm from. Yeah, I got an invite saying, would you like to present, and maybe because I knew Peter and worked with him previously on the old IRG, him and Russell, and maybe they knew, what I was doing. I don't know, but anyway, that's I came along. I think it's a really good idea, because we don't have the opportunity to get down and sort our aspirations out and our things that we do in isolation. So it's good to come along and it's a benchmarking exercise for me, just to see where I am travelling and how I'm travelling, and to have a look around the country and even overseas to to where you are. And I think there's a lot of opportunities for people with these sort of symposiums, because you're talking about a lot of good stuff, and more so from the economic side. You've got people coming from Darwin, from from the Pilbara, from the Kimberleys, from Perth, from South Australia, from Queensland, from here in New South Wales and Victoria. So it's a broad spectrum of people bringing information and assimilating information out about how Indigenous economics are being run in Australia, and seeing that there's a lot of people on the same page, and probably hearing that government isn't assisting our First Nations people. And we know that, but it's good to hear it from other people as well. So it's really good communication. What's good about here, mate? I would do a lot of work at universities. It's no different to any university, right? Okay, but how they've gone about setting us up is good. Yeah, what they've done, and probably having a chancellor like Julie Bishop is even better, because that things may go up to the top from it, even though they're in opposition. But that's what opposition parties are for, to try and get the party in power to do things and make change. Mate, because our people are still dying. I've got a funeral tomorrow, right, and then a funeral next week, and then a funeral the week after. In fact, the morgues are loaded with our people, because you can't have a funeral every day. You've got to break it up, from suicide to just deteriorating health, from the living standards that they're in and the infrastructure that they're living in. It's appalling. It's appalling, and every government's been at fault with it. That's why we've got to have these forums and talk about that stuff and try to address it. They don't care about people dying. We do. We've taken over a funeral service for Central Australia because no one else wanted to do it, and the people can't get home to be buried on their country. Shocking stuff. I think to give First Nations people the infrastructure, the capital, and the tools to slowly build their capacity to compete in the modern world, because they're still living in the past, because that's how they want them to be. And you've heard that not only from the Canadians and the Americans and the Kiwis, the New Zealand, the Maori, or as they say, Māori, so it's everywhere. So, but those people have found a way to do it, and I think that Australia needs a good slap in the face and a kick up the arse, right, to make them wake up to themselves how they're treating their Indigenous First Nations people. You just keep battling on. I mean, look, we could be at war next year or the year after. And you know what? China or those people flog our asses, right? And then we could have a new boss here, and we'd try and then sit down and negotiate with that new boss, because I don't think that they're scared of us, Aboriginal people, Indigenous people, right? That could happen, you know. But what they've got to do is, you know, is really wake up themselves to work with us, and we'll just keep coming back and trying to knock the door down. You know, we don't give up. They tried to kill us off. Now, it's amazing what they've done to my, you know, my people, and that's every people in this country. They tried to eradicate us, you know. You gained the most richest culture in the world, and some of the ideas that they'll bring to the table will, you know, will last forever. I think that, you know, we've got to look at all that whole quantum shift, you know. No, I think that we've got to keep going now. I mean, you know, they started the motor car. Well, just don't let it idle and run out of petrol, right? We've got to keep, you know, filling the tank up now. So it's about having more meetings about this stuff. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing.
Burnouts.